मालूम है टैक्टिक्स ऐसे करके उनको एम को अचीव पीरियड। फॉलोअर का कैसा देखभाल करते हैं हमको मालूम है। वी आर वेरी लकी, वी आर 200 years old. We got everything set, everything is ready made for us.
Right.
Regimental spirit, flag, this, that, everything is there. You guys are really in that field. You taught me.
Thank you very much.
I have to. There's an example of a movie, Tom Cruise, A Few Good Men,
Okay.
wherein he is fighting for some Marines who were charged with a murder and stuff like that. And the final verdict is they are not guilty of murder, although they have put in a poison rag and he dies. But then they are guilty of unbecoming of conduct of a Marine, because they were supposed to protect one of their colleagues and they murdered him on the orders of their officers, just like these bhakts and whatever these guys do. They don't realize that the bigger picture is the ethical part, the human part, where they have to stand for each other. So probably this explains that.
Maybe yes, and I think also it's once you're into the real situation,
Right.
it kind of gets very complex. I mean the way we can decipher things, but when we are into action, it has happened so many times with everybody of us.
Yeah.
It becomes really, really.
Okay, Anirban, I have to interrupt you here. Actually, who sets the standards for leadership, against which we measure that this is a good leadership or a bad leadership? Do the followers, what are the standards? Here, why leadership often fails is that the followers themselves set a very low bar, or they set unrealistic expectations. All we want of a leader, we can't separate leader from the leadership. All we want from the leader is, यार इससे हमारा जान छुड़वा दो, ठीक है? So the leader is invariably treated as just a crisis manager.
In many cases, yes.
In most cases. In most cases.
Yes.
That's how we look at a present political leadership, and that is how we are going to look at future leadership, even in corporate leadership or anywhere else. We always look at leaders as primarily crisis managers. We do not expect leaders, we do not expect leaders to set a long-term goal, a long-term vision, long-term processes, institutions which can be sustainable even when they are not around. And that is why leadership often fails, because our expectations themselves are either too low or too high.
It sounds more like the Q2Q of Mansoor Khan.
I don't know.
Quarter to quarter. Yes, maybe possible. But yes, fundamentally the concept of leadership came in because, as human beings, as I said, we want a sense of order around us, we want simplicity. And we feel that, somebody should be able to kind of know everything and lead us in this. So, that's how it is. So that's how leaders, the role of a leader comes in actually. And that's how, as you rightly said, that kind of crisis managers, I wouldn't really say crisis managers, I would say situation managers. The situation can be a critical situation, the situation can be even a normal situation, but we need somebody who kind of, we feel, we have a peace of mind, he knows everything and he can guide us.
Our attention or our interest in the leader, it lasts until the time the crisis is resolved. Then after that we don't care what he says or does.
That is very dangerous.
Yes, can happen.
Even in politics, if it ain't broken, don't
See,
fix it.
this debate can go on for like hours.
And one thing is not explicitly specified, maybe that is not a part of the book also. The follower's perception is to be judged by the leader, right? You said in some different language. But then the root cause analysis of failure of a leader is never taken into consideration in the history going ahead, which we should take into consideration. Like it's a cycle. She said rightly. Nothing is.
Okay.
Go through the cycle. Nothing is on the top. The leader can never be at the top forever, right? He will have to come down to it. But then what are the reasons why, even if the output is given through the funnel, sometimes the failure is inevitable. So what are the root causes for that? And then how this, because leadership is a process, right? So we have to consider this process continuous improvement of the process by hitting the root cause. So that is not
See, for example, you know, I mean, we are all human beings, we need to die someday. I mean, that's a universal truth. But having said that, yes, I mean, when she says that everything is a cycle,
Right, yeah.
it's a valid point. But the point here is when you're existing in that cycle, then probably are you doing the right things or not? That's more important. And as he also mentioned, like he says that we don't expect a lot of leaders to create a long-term vision which others will live by. A lot of times it doesn't happen. I mean, I cannot live forever. But if I can make an organization which is kind of so agile, that understands the external and the internal environmental changes so well, and is able to or is open to adapting to these changes, probably this organization, such an organization will prosper even in the days to come. And when I say prospering, I am not saying that it's hitting the greatest ROI you can probably imagine. I am talking about sustainability, in a holistic manner. So I think that's how it is. But in the period that you kind of survive, it's very important that you do things rightly. That's very critical, because otherwise there will be ramifications which kind of will start affecting people even beyond your time. Like for example, I forgot the name of it. Now it's Dow Chemicals. What was the name of the company?
Union Carbide.
So what happened was sorry.
To support your argument, don't you think Tata Group is a very good example?
That was I was going to mention.
It's a very good example of
Sustaining the leadership, the growth, and in an ethical way, holistic
100
way.
years old.
Tata Group.
More than 100.
Yeah.
And
I mean, better than many.
Better than many.
To say the least, better than many.
They put processes in place. They followed those processes.
Sorry.
They put processes in place.
Yes.
And I'm using the word processes. It may be a leadership process. It may be any other process. They put it in place. The degree of ethics was very high. I do not know now, but during JRD's time, definitely it was very high. Suman Mungakar's time, it was outstanding. I do not know now.
Even now it is.
Even now it is.
Yes.
We stumbled badly.
And
We stumbled badly in the mining thing.
mining and nano.
It is questionable now.
It is questionable now.
The fact is that Tata Group has survived for so long.
Exactly.
It's self-commendable. So,
Right.
a lot of right things would have been done in that period. I mean, that's a lesson we should take. Things
Yeah,
are
but
going.
It
Things
keeps going up and down.
right. So, but things as we look at it today, probably the financials are not exactly in the best shape, except probably for TCS and probably another Jaguar part of it. Nobody's doing well. That's the story. But I mean, that's immaterial. I mean, that's I would still look at it as a, kind of a transient kind of phenomenon. Probably these things will be kind of handled well. So, on a longish horizon, I think great company. That's the comment I have for now.
Better than Birla.
Yes.
One question in a very lighter note. Do you think in India we need a very critical review of leaders? Because starting from the very corporate to Rahul Gandhi, if you ask, everyone is a leader. I mean, there are 5 people leading, there are 2 people working. I mean, starting from the corporate to political scenario. I mean, you go to village here, I'm a leader. So there are so many leaders that we are calling of followers.
It's a very interesting question, but I think it's not only applicable to India in particular, it's applicable to the entire world.
But then,
Because if you look at the magnitude of the problems,
everybody will lead.
sorry.
I'm saying then when everybody is a leader, then you will have a handful of people who will be working for you.
See, as I said, if you look at, then the leadership process actually fails down. It breaks down. Because even if you're a follower, as I said very clearly, being a good follower doesn't mean disobeying, going against the leader always. That's not the idea of a good follower. Now the problem is, in many parts of the world, including our country, there are a lot of such followers who believe that going against the leader is the right way to do it. Might not be. It might not work in that way. And that's where a breakdown of this whole process happens. And there are, kind of no outputs. What we, for example, what we saw in Delhi, again, I'm not trying to be political. 45 days, I mean, it sounded like a joke. I think to everybody. So it happens. But if you look at the credentials of the person who was kind of leading the group, especially academics and his kind of achievements, it was quite prominent, right? He was kind of a prominent guy. But if you look at an interview of one of his colleagues who had kind of left the group, he said that he didn't have the capability to lead a larger group. He said that very specifically, which means he was hinting at ineffectiveness of that particular person. And if it comes to outputs, for example, I would assume that when he's saying that we will do A, B, C, D, then I'm also assuming that a lot of people want him to do A, B, C, D, which means the A, B, C, D is the connector between the followers and the leader in this case, which can be called a mutual interest. The mutual interests were not met. The whole leadership process broke down.
Great, I think, shall we wind up now? So we can take the discussion offline. Thank you, Anirban. Please give him a round of applause. Just one point which comes to my mind is Joseph Stalin, when he was accused that he is surrounded by yes men. He shouted at that accuser and said, "Who says I am surrounded by yes men? Yesterday I said no, and everybody said no." And another point which comes to my mind is why businesses fail and why smart people make mistakes. Because people rise in the organization because of some quality, like a good salesman, good marketing person. But when they get at the top, the skill they lack is capital allocation. And Warren Buffett has written a great note on this, how businesses fail because of wrong decision of capital allocation, because the CEOs are not used to it. They are only good salesmen. With this, wish you happy Navratri, good weekend ahead.